Hmm. I do not believe I've done this dungeon yet. The Shrine of the Storm. Cool. Wish they would just remove Surrender Madness. Yeah, they probably should, because it's pretty clear they don't know what they want to do with balancing around it. It's such a cool idea for an ability, right? But you have to make it worth using or worth running, because you're going to die when it expires. And so it's really hard, I think, to find that balance between making this an ability that's got that flavor that's really cool and it feels like it's worth using, but it also, you know, it also isn't completely overpowered. They never really found that mark in Legion. Alright, let's see. Select Legion artifact is just blank. Oh, it sounds like a bug. I've seen a lot of bugs with the artifact transmog. Like if you switch specs and you were dual wielding, sometimes one or both of your weapons won't be transmogged anymore. That one's a little frustrating. Emerald Nightmare is broken. Yeah, completely broken. Yeah. Seems like they really don't know what they're doing with it in BFA, though. Or maybe they do know what they're doing with it, and they're just trying to get people to not use it without removing it. There's an S-Priest in your group who uses it and pulls 1.75 mil. It's not bad. I guess depending on gear levels, right? Shamans and priests can expect some changes. Yeah, I would. I mean, enhancement and elemental, enhancement especially, is probably getting significant changes in 8.1. I would imagine Shadow is going to get some changes too, but we'll see. It is too close to launch for them to sneak in any more mechanical changes before before the expansion launches, so that's too bad. We're only heroic, so like 950 item level. Oh yeah. That's pretty good DPS for that item level, actually. Myco Druid balance seems strong. Balance is fun on beta. I'm loving the changes they made to it. It lost some of the flavor that it had with the artifact, but I think in particular the procs that you can get for empowerments and just the balance of empowerments, so that you're not balance for balance, right? But so that you're not just chain casting Wrath until you get enough to use Star Surge. Pretty good. Pretty good. Lord Stormsong. Nice hat, bro. This guy's like the Water Pope. Alright. Let's see, what are we doing here? Does anyone play Rogue? I play Rogue sometimes. I think my Rogue on live is actually my best geared character right now. It's like 961 or 962. Interesting. There's got to be a knockback component or something to that ability, right? Should we science it? Oh, cool. He splits. These need to be tanked. Well, they can't be moved, so... Let's get on this one. We checked out how Outlaw is doing. Outlaw's doing pretty good, I think. I don't know or really care too much about the numbers right now, but I think mechanically Outlaw's okay. It's still probably my least favorite of the 3 specs. I don't know. Personally, I wish they would get rid of Roll the Bones. It's kind of a love it or hate it ability, but I don't like that much RNG in my specs. I wish they'd just replace it with Slice and Dice and then maybe add some sort of a chance to get a proc on Slice and Dice or something. That could be cool. But I'm not a class designer. Hey Fant, thank you for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Really helps us out here. Been playing Rogue forever. Haven't seen enough of Outlaw in the beta. Yeah, I did like a preview of it. It's got some cool stuff going on. It seems like they've kind of gone back toward what combat was without, you know, actually going back to what combat was. Assassination is still my favorite rogue spec, though. Which is, it's weird to me that it is, because I typically don't like specs that have a lot of open GCDs, and Assassination has more than almost any other spec, maybe more other than Affliction Warlock, right? But it just feels like it's more methodical to me, and I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I guess the way I look at it is you're pooling energy for burst windows, and that gameplay kind of feels fun. You like Roll the Bones if it was more like a rotating ability? That would be cool, right? Like, so if you rolled it and it moved on to the next buff or something, that would be really cool, and that would bring back some of the Bandit's Guile flavor, I think, where it's like you have control, a little bit of control over when you're going to push your next burst window. That'd be pretty cool. Hated Assassination, started to like it because of Agonizing Poison, and then they took that away. Yeah, I know it's not everyone's favorite spec. Man, I really got to time my stuns better. I think it's like the 3rd time so far today I've used Shockwave right after someone else AoE stunned. Yeah. I like Assassination. Sub is fun too. Not nearly as complex as it used to be. Let's move the guys out of the heal rune. I think that's what that is. Never play sub, so you'll stick to Assassin or Outlaw. Yeah. I'm just glad you don't like, you know, you can actually use your abilities without being behind the target anymore, sub. That was what kept me away from it, and at least in raiding for the longest time, was, you know, you were really limited in your DPS if you couldn't be behind the target for backstabs. Don't care how good it is, you'll never play Arcane Mage. Yeah. Arcane's wonky. Arcane's weird. If you like the mana playstyle, then it's great, I guess, but not everybody does. And in a world where there's frost and fire mages, you know, I don't know that I would want to play Arcane either. Come on, Mr. Elemental. Alright, guess we're going up here. Let's pull some more. Oh, these are all casters. Lovely. Brother Pike. Yes, we will stop them. Stop them for you, Brother Pike. Tempest, let's interrupt that. No reason not to. Rage generation seems really high. It's pretty balanced, actually. So they changed the way rage from damage taken works so that it's not like based on how much damage you're taking. You just generate, I think it's like 2 or 3 rage every time you take damage with like a really short 1 second or something internal cooldown. So that kind of makes it smooth, and I think it'll allow them to balance Prot's defensives pretty well. Hopefully, anyway. Alright, so which one are we starting on? Let's throw at you and charge at you. Let's interrupt that. Stack them up. You shout. You block up all the time. So the cooldown is actually what keeps you from having shield block up all the time. It's a... So I've got 14 seconds on the cooldown of it. I think it's something like... Man, those Chaos Bolts are looking awesome, huh? I think its baseline is something like... Let's interrupt so she gets out of that heal. It's like 16 or 18 seconds reduced by haste. And then it's... You have 2 charges of it, and it's a 6-second duration. If you take the talent in the last row, you can get an extra second on it when you shield slam. So you can have high uptime on it, but not permanent. And then extra rage just goes into either ignore pain or revenge. You can have pretty high uptime. And let's get you out of there. Come on. Come on, Iron Hole. Alright. Ooh. Another level on my Heart of Azeroth. Nice. Okay. I think we're going this way now. Yeah, regeneration feels pretty nice. Changed Saber Slash to Sinister Strike. Yep, they changed that name back. I think that was because if you have an ability called Saber Slash and you're using axes or maces, that sounds kind of weird. Let's just keep moving. This is a pretty cool dungeon. I love the visuals in here. Maybe should have held that for the next pack. Oh well. All I know is you're going to be using Thunder Fury forever. Yeah. I really like the rapiers from the Mage Tower challenge for Outlaw, so I'll probably be using those forever myself. But the Thunder Fury one is pretty sick. Even if it made a lot of Prot warriors really salty that rogues got it. Gonna go get him. Yeah, they're sick. And it's Outlaw's challenge to Agatha, so it's one of the easier ones. Especially if you use the stuff to cheese it. Like the Falcosaur Omelet and I think the Sylvan Elixir. Those things. These guys seem to be dodging a lot. Oh, I got stunned. Rogue's 965. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I, like, two-shot it because I got hit by a boulder, and I was, like, 920. So you should just destroy it at that item level. Just gotta focus the ads first, and they'll absolutely melt. Let's stun these. Missile cultists. Seen a lot more cultists now that we've got our big sword sticking out of Azeroth. Ooh, look who it is! Well, well, well. Oh, that's interesting. These guys all turned into tentacles. I was not expecting that. Let's... So were they tentacles disguised as people? Or people that turned into tentacles? And which one is grosser? This dungeon looks sick. Yeah, it does. Sub's weapons, any cool? I think it's the best of the skins that Sub has available. They're like kind of icy, frozen things. They still look a little bit like teeth. Yeah, this has been a beautiful dungeon. Very well done on this one, Blizz. Alright, Lord Stormsong. Let's get you down. And guessing we surrender to the void, huh? That's our healer, so let's get that off of him, boys. That's kind of cool. That's like that mechanic from what was it, Throne of the Tides? Someone gets mind controlled by a face grabber. All right. Now we got one more boss. Assuming we go down here. Ooh. Oh, we're going underwater. Okay. No bugs. Wish Assassination had better... secret. Yeah, the artifact is great. I love Assassination appearances. Guessing we're supposed to avoid these jellyfish instead of going right into them. Man, is there like a swimming buff or something that I missed in here? What? Why did I... That was a lame heroic leap. I have to say, aquatic form would be really nice right there. How often are your guild raiding? So my guild raids 3 nights a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and I make most of those raids, but I'm usually about an hour late to them. We're just a heroic guild, so it hasn't been a problem. One of the things I'm committed to is not doing a lot of stuff on WoW before my kids go to bed, so my guild has been really understanding with that, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, 3 nights a week. Gonna do a little earlier stream than normal today because my family's doing a 4th of July party at someone's house, and I'm actually on call for work today, even though nothing's coming in, so I'm going to be DPSing. I'll be probably going Fury main spec, maybe Arms, depending on how those end up being tuned. But yeah, just having tried out all of the classes that I'm interested in playing, those have been my 2 favorite specs. And since they happen to be the same class, that makes, you know, being a warrior a really easy choice. Well, relatively easy. There are other classes that I like and other things that I like. Okay, I see what's going on here. Oh, maybe. Kill this ad, and then I get to come out, I'm assuming. Move away from that tentacle. Or do I want the ad to get hit by the tentacle? Is that what's going on? I don't know if they're actually taking damage from that. I think... It looks like everyone gets their own ad, and then you help each other. Okay, that's kind of cool. Interrupt. Alright. This is a pretty neat fight. That's going to be interesting on Mythic Plus. That's going to be really interesting on Mythic Plus. Ooh, and we got tentacles up. Alright, let's make sure that we have some room to avoid those. Really wonder how this is going to go for me. Alright, nice. Got that done. And we got an Azeroth chest. Sweet.